Welcome back, everybody, to Music Talk. I'm Dave.
I'm Mike.
And first thing I want to say, because I believe this is going to air about Christmas Eve or Christmas time, is we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you.
That's right. Want everybody to have a happy, merry, warm, loving Christmas. And by the way, Waylaid is going to be playing New Year's Eve. And that's
Go ahead and get that in there.
at Ambets over in Tacoma. Hope to see you there.
Yep.
New Year's Eve. Come in with your hat on. I don't care. Wear your Hawaiian outfit. I don't care.
And with that being said, this week we're going to do Sting. And you'll get to see it this time because I actually hit record. So here's the new Sting. It's called The Bridge, which I'm covering it up with my finger there. There you go. Cover's a little weird, I think. I guess it's a bridge. I don't know. On the back, it looks like he fell through the bridge and now he's walking through the water. On the inside, he's walking through like some kind of arena or stadium or something, amphitheater maybe. I'm not quite sure. Not really big on the album cover. It's, Sting. What are you going to do, right? You got the bright yellow and orange, though. That's kind of catchy. Then you got all this gloom, right? So the inside insert goes, got him on here sitting on the steps there of the cathedral or wherever he is. You got the water on the back again. And inside, it's got a pretty good little story here. It tells you about all the songs. It gives you a little storyline of each one of the songs and how they came to be. He's also got a letter to Billy Joel in here, which you'll see there, where he tells Billy Joel that he realizes that Billy Joel's got an album called The Bridge, and he don't care. He's still naming this one The Bridge. Basically.
Yeah, he and Billy Joel actually talked. Billy's like, go for it, man.
Yeah. But it's pretty funny that he's like, I'm still going to use it.
Still going to use it.
Yeah. So you got all the lyrics, you got all the art, people on the records produced. It's all produced by Sting and a guy named Martin. I'm not going to be able to pronounce this last name, I don't think. Anyway, Martin. We're just going to go with Martin. Kiesenbaum or something. I don't know. Anyway, so it's a pretty good CD. We'll run through it real quick. So the first song we got Rushing Water, and I like the drum intro. On this particular track, you got John Freese playing drums. It's got a good groove to it. I like it. It's got the good doubled vocal lines. I like the harmonies. One thing I will say about the words on this song, I thought were a little bit cheesy. Like there's one part in there where he says, I was sitting on the couch, hit me with a hammer, and I say, ouch. It's like, I don't know, man. Kind of crazy. But I do like the song, though. Thought the song was pretty good. You got a good production, good drum sounds on here. I think the drum sounds were really good when you had real drums. Second song we get to is called If It's Love. And this is the one that has the whistle. It does that. And it reminds me of an old movie where the Boy Scouts are going to camp and they're whistling this song when they're walking down the trail to get to the camp. And it's just, I was like, man, that's strange. It's a really weird whistling thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It really did remind me of being in the Boy Scouts or something. But it's got this really cool ascending string thing in there where it goes to, and it's, I really like that. It does that before he gets to the chorus on each time. I thought that was cool. Kind of have a little droning guitars going on in there. And throughout this record, if you're listening to the headphones, mostly you can hear it in the headphones. There's these pieces of guitar and keyboards going in and out all the time. So there's always these little things coming in and out. It's really weird. This stuff just floats around your head the whole time on these songs. So number 3, we get to the Book of Numbers. It's got some good words to it. It's something to do with Oppenheimer, however you pronounce it. the atomic bomb creator. I
Yeah.
think it's got something to do with that. To me, it was kind of boring. It's got a drum machine, programmed drums. There's not much dynamics going on this one. Just kind of his monotone drone vocal work a little bit for me on this one. I don't know. I wasn't really. I didn't like. I don't like the programmed drum stuff at all. You know.
Well, with today's standards and recording and stuff, there's no excuse. You know, I got an electronic kit and I've tried to do drum tracks with it, and every time I get finished with them, I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing too, it's especially with Sting. I mean, you got John Freeze and you got was Manu Katché. How do you say it?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Katché or Ketchy? Which
Okay.
Manu's played for everybody. I mean, that guy's been on so many things. But you got two great drummers, man. There's no sense in having a drum machine, in my opinion. You know.
No, not.
So number 4, same thing, Loving You. It's a drum machine, and this one had no guitar line, no guitar parts, but there's a lot of keyboard stuff programmed in, and it sounds like guitar coming through there. There's this little echo thing that's like a da-na-na, da-na-na, and it sounds like guitar, but apparently it's all programmed keys. So I don't know. I didn't dig that either because I don't like all the program stuff. To me, I'd rather hear real musicians. The song itself, words are kind of it's kind of based on like I guess this guy found out his wife was cheating on him, and now he's living through that this whole life of how he's, you know, proven that he must really love her if he's got to deal with all this stuff. It's kind of weird. Definitely something. I don't know why. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Just have to check that one out.
Yeah. Well,
the words on it just, you know. So number 5, we get to Harmony Road. And this was a song that was actually taken from Dominic's solo album. He had a song there called Etude. And he took 16 bars of it and they looped it. And then Sting sang on top of it. And it reminds me a lot of We Dance Alone off of Nothing Like the Sun album. And it's got Branford comes in, plays a straight sax on it, which I like. It reminded me a lot of the older Sting, which I dig. The one thing I didn't like about this song was the verses. He was rushing the words, like he had too many words. So he had to rush through the words to fit it into the loop, you know? So that's kind of, I didn't dig that very much. But I like the sound of the song, and especially with Branford sax in there, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I know you were saying something about Branford before. I haven't honestly heard much from him.
I don't know if it was it Branford or was it Wynton Marsalis?
Well, Wynton's his brother.
Yeah, was which one was the head of the NBC orchestra?
That was Branford. Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, because Wynton plays the trumpet.
Right.
And then Branford's the sax.
Branford. Yeah. I'll just say that there was an issue, and he wound up leaving Tonight Show.
Yeah. And since that time, I don't know what he's been up to. I guess jazz, been doing straight jazz, I guess.
Well, I just think he's just been more wrapped up into his community.
Maybe so. Yeah.
Just hanging in his community, because I think that's what a lot of the issues were.
Yeah. And I love Branford on the first couple records, man. I thought it was phenomenal. And that's why I liked hearing him come back, because that's traditional Sting sound to me.
Yeah, the last CD I listened to by him, it was called Noise. Yeah. And it was like a 4 or a 5 piece. And basically it was just freeform jazz. And that's why they called it Noise, because
sound like noise.
Unless you can sit there and count those parts, and you know the diatonic, pentatonic scales and all the you know, the diminished and all that stuff, you're not going to understand it. You know?
Right.
It's noise.
Yeah.
My wife looks at King Crimson, calls it noise. I'm like, that's sacrilegious.
Yeah. That's right. Well, I will say, Harmony Road, the guitar is great, and I love the guitar part. Even though it came from another song that Marcus had on his solo record, the playing is phenomenal on it. He's a great guitar player. Um, and then number 6, you get For Her Love, which kind of reminded me of Fragile again off of the Nothing Like the Sun record. So this one kind of brought me back to that too. It had the nylon classical guitar on there. Then he overdubs a second electric on it at the end, which I liked because he was kind of putting the electric on top of the nylon string, and it sounded really cool. The words kind of got a little monotonous to me because it was like, what would a man do for her love, over and over and over again? What would a man do? Blah, blah, blah. What would a man do? But decent words, even though I didn't really like the flow of it. It was, whatever.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. So,
Well, the thing is, and we were talking earlier about it. When Dominic, funny story, when he auditioned for Sting, he walks in, sits down with all his stuff, and he plugs in and all that, and he starts fiddling around. He can't get any sound out of his guitar, and he's sitting there going, "Oh shit, I done blown this one." And then Sting leans over and turns the volume up on the guitar.
yeah.
It's
like, come on, man. Don't you know how to turn the volume up on your guitar?
38 years later, he's still
together. Well,
it's those little things like that, though, that it breaks the ice with people.
You got to be nervous walking into an audition.
Oh my God. I mean, you never met this guy before in your life, and you're going to sit down in front of him and show him how to play his music.
Right. Exactly. I mean,
and that's what you're doing.
You've listened to him for a decade, and now you're going to audition for him.
Show him how you're going to show him how to play his music,
and you can't even get the sound to come out. So, I'm gonna play your song as soon as I can figure out how to get it to work.
That'd be like me. I swear, I don't. Well, first place, I'd never do it, but that'd be like me trying to go and audition for Sting playing drums after drummers like
Manu,
Pache and Freeze and
Vinny
Colaiuta. I mean, come on. Anybody in their right mind, the only thing I would be able to walk in and do is go, I can hold a beat.
well, this situation, it would be like you were sitting down at the drums and you forgot your drumsticks. Would be the same scenario, right? It's like, okay, I'm auditioning for Sting. I'm going to show him how to play these songs. I don't have any drumsticks.
What happened to my snare?
Yeah. Can't get it to work. So yeah, that is pretty cool though. I mean, and they've been writing a lot.
Yeah.
I think Dominic started out, I want to say, on Soul Cages is when he started writing with him.
Well, first place, you don't get invited to auditions of people like that unless you are already in the loop.
Yeah, he's a fantastic guitar player. So
oh my God. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
He's not going to blister your eyes with speed or anything like that.
No.
What he will blister you with is taste. And
he's got that
way he plays with those chord progressions and stuff. Yeah. It's just amazing. I mean,
it is. And he's got a lot of taste. He's kind of like more of a Spanish flamenco type sound, I guess, about him. He definitely has that Spanish sound. So,
well, he'll go for those diminished chords in a heartbeat and play around those and the diatonic, pentatonic scales and stuff. And it's like, my God, who would have thought of doing that?
Right. So then we get to song number 7, The Hills on the Border, which is another one that I really liked. Great story behind it. There's this natural border between England and Scotland. And throughout all these years, there's been a whole lot of battles and fighting, and the place is kind of known to be haunted. And you see these, it's been said that you see these shadow figures who are stuck between worlds, So that's the whole thing about the song is, they're walking along this border and you're seeing these shadowy figures and stuff. So it's pretty pretty cool words. I wish they used real drums on it because it's got this brush snare ride going on the whole time. And I think it would have been much better if it would have been real drums, you know. I
Well,
just like real drums. I don't like programmed drums, man.
it's not going to surprise me one bit that a couple of years down the road that we hear where they go back and they redo a lot of these songs and they're reintroduced on new projects
Yeah.
and they're introduced with a full accompaniment.
Like live, I bet it's going to be great, you know, with a real drummer,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Oh yeah. You know, I
I don't
mean,
know. I just have a problem with, I mean, I don't even mind if you use electronic drums, but somebody hit them. I mean, use a stick or something on them. I hate it when people use, now there's exceptions where you get these parts that have these crazy drum loops and percussion going on, but I still want to have a real drummer playing the groove, you know, for
mhm.
me. I
Yeah.
don't know. That's just my opinion, I guess.
Well, I mean, that's only natural. I mean, one thing that I hate, other than if I was doing a three-piece jazz gig with a an organ player and a guitar player, I just hope the organ player is hell on wheels with his foot on the bass pedals
Yeah. Yeah.
because other than that, I got to carry the full load.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You like having that bottom end in there, you know, just,
yeah, well, I mean, it relaxes you. You don't have to fill up a space. You know,
yeah,
you can punch where you need to and just leave it alone.
exactly.
But if it's not there, you feel obligated. I got to fill it up, man.
Yeah.
And that's when you get too busy.
Yeah. But then we get to track number 8, which is Captain Bateman. And this is basically his version of a ballad from the 1600s. It's got it's about a guy in jail. The jailer's daughter is a pretty girl, comes down to visit him. He offers to marry her if she gets him out of jail and promises to go and do things with her. Ends up getting out of jail. He leaves her behind, you know, and betrays her that way. Kind of, you know, basically to tell the same ballad that, you know, he wrote it about. He just kind of switched it up a little bit. And I mean, the song's okay, I guess. It's more of a folky type song, I think.
Right.
And then you get to number 9, The Bells of St. Thomas. And, you know, you got the same kind of thing going on there. And then song number 10 is The Bridge, the title track. And it's called, I guess he did like a song of hope, is what it sounds like to me. You know, the bridge being a way to return to love, or, you know, return to yourself, get back to, you know, where you need to be. You're crossing over the troubled waters or the rushing waters. But, you know, it's all right. It's a short song. It's like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Just kind of ends it up in a folky kind of way. So that was the end of the regular CD because I've only got 10 songs on here, but I think you actually went to the extended CD and you
Yeah.
had,
Well, there's 13 of them all together, you know.
right, which I didn't get these other 3, but they're, what is The Water of Time?
Water Time,
Yeah.
uh, uh, Captain,
Captain Bateman's Basement.
Captain Bateman's Basement.
Yeah.
And then there was a cover of Sitting on the Dock of the Bay.
Okay.
And
So Water of Time is basically what you were saying is the bridge.
Bridge, I mean, actually, I think they lifted the guitar part from the Water of Time to do the bridge.
So you think, yeah, they did Water of Time first, you think, and then went back and used the same thing for the bridge?
Water of Time supposedly is an old folk, like kind of, I don't know, Irish or old English folk tune.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't understand. You know, when I saw the interview, they did bridges and the bridge, and it just it blew me away that they totally negated explaining
Why they sound the same.
similarities. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, you know, I don't know, as a musician, knowing full well that there are 2 songs back to back almost
Yeah.
that are carrying the same melody line with the same finger picking style on the gut guitar. and
Right.
key,
That's
identical,
crazy.
with
And
different
maybe
words.
that's why he didn't put it on the 10 record, the 10 song
Could be.
album,
It could be.
because I don't have the extended. I never heard The Water of Time or Captain Bateman's Basement or the cover tune of, what'd you say it was? Sitting on the Dock of the Bay.
Yep. Mhm.
So yeah, I didn't hear either of those three. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
so
Captain
what was the Captain Bateman's Basement?
I from what I could gather, now I'm not picking the song apart because I can't even begin to even tell you what any of the verses are saying at this point. I listened to the song. I mean, to me, I listen more to the music than I do to the words.
Yeah.
The words always are second or third nature to me.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it's always music. What's going on with the rhythm section, and what are the hooks that are catching me? You
Right.
know,
Right.
uh, which, for example, that's why the Beatles are so damn good at what they did. You know,
Exactly.
Hard Day's Night. How
Yeah.
hard is it, you know?
That first
But
chord, man. That first chord ain't no easy chord.
that's In Search of the Lost Chord. Don't let the
Yeah,
blues fool you.
that's right.
To travel down these roads with the music,
Mhm.
you would think some part in the back of my mind would tell me, I need to explain this a little bit,
Yep.
but they didn't do that. And I don't know. Maybe it got cut out, or maybe they didn't have enough time.
Yeah, it could be.
So, I mean, I'm going to give it benefit of the doubt, but I got to tell you, it's musically, it's identical.
Yeah.
Production wise, it's different.
Yeah.
And if you pull it up on Amazon, listen to it, you'll understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'll have to go back and listen to those three. I didn't realize there was three more songs. So,
Well, I mean, you really haven't missed a whole lot.
right.
As far as Bateman's Basement, Captain Bateman's Basement. The thing that I understood about that, and again, I'm gonna say, please chime in and correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, he
This
said, correcting if he's wrong. There it goes.
this song,
They're coming after you.
from what I understood, this song was put out there because this was actually somebody that Sting knew when he was a kid
Mhm.
in his neighborhood, and he would go to this gentleman's place and hang out and watch him doing his crafts or whatever it was he was doing. And it was just a total learning experience.
Yeah.
And I don't care who you are, if you were a kid and you had freedom to roam around your neighborhood and go to different blocks of whatever, wherever you lived in your neighborhood,
Yeah.
wind up finding somebody that would just totally catch your interest and you'd go and hang out.
Right.
Whether they invited you or not, you're looking around the corner.
Yeah. You can check out what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to learn,
Yeah.
And to me, that's what was presented. Now, like I say, if I'm wrong and totally off base, somebody please chime in, correct me. I think
Yeah.
it's great that somebody can write a song about stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll have to go back and listen to that one too. I didn't have a chance. I didn't even know there was three more songs, honestly. I mean, I bought the CD. I guess I didn't get the extended. So
Yeah.
usually I get the extended because I want to hear it all, but this one I didn't even realize it. So
Yeah.
some of these albums I pre-order, and when they come to me, I get what I get,
Yeah.
because I want to try to get them as soon
I
as
think
they
it's about
come
time
out.
they start giving us albums, I mean,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
pretty much
Maybe we can talk to Frontier Records or Inside Out, and maybe they'll start sending us some stuff. We got to get bigger, man. We ain't got enough yet. We'll get there.
Yeah, well, hey, somebody out there can hop on board and start making T-shirts and selling them. We only want 10%.
Yeah, fine with me. I mean, just get it
Music
out there.
talks. Music talks.
Music
I don't
talk.
care.
Yep.
You can make up the logo. You can do whatever you want.
I know. I need to do that.
All I
to try
need
to
is
start
10%.
need to start selling some shirts or something, get our name out there. So overall on this record, I mean it was okay. I thought it was to me that there was parts of it that the album didn't gel. There were times when I felt like the music was just doing its thing and Sting was either talking over it or singing over it. but it wasn't really written together cohesively. I mean, I don't know. It's
I
kind of strange. It just the vocals sometimes didn't work with the music for me.
I
It
just
just
think I just think it was just basically a songwriter's project for him.
yeah,
And it wasn't a matter of having a theme or anything else. It's just let's put some songs together.
yeah. I mean,
I'm
but
sure a lot of this was catalog stuff.
yeah,
Uh, like earlier today, I was listening to kind of a biographical thing about Alex Van Halen, all his many drum kits. And
mhm,
as they went through all that and all the different changes of Van Halen and his
yeah,
different configurations of bass drums and stuff. And they came up with stuff. And then when Eddie passed away, they were interviewing Alex, and he goes, "We've got enough music in the can for the next 10 years. We could release it."
right,
And I'm sure, like with Sting,
hmm,
these were like a lot of these were put your feet in the water and see what it feels like.
yeah. I don't. I just didn't feel like some of the music and the words fit together. It was just like they kind of just stuck them on top of it and said, "Ah, it's good enough." You know.
Well, I
Um,
think they kind of did that, but like I say, don't be surprised if here a couple of years down the road, there's a new Sting album out and you pick it up and there's some of these same titles on there,
yeah.
but don't sound the same way they did on this.
Yeah, maybe live, I'd probably like them better. I don't know. I just felt like a lot of it was drone. It just droned on, kind of monotonal. You had all kind of weird things coming in and out.
Yeah.
And honestly, I felt that it was quite boring at times, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And
I
then,
hate to say that, but it was. So,
yeah, it was a little boring to me. It was kind of a bedtime tale, you know.
I surely didn't like all the programming going on. I would prefer real drums, real real musicians, which half of it was, the other half was programmed. So anyway,
Speaking
well,
of drums, anybody got a bronze shell snare drum out there they want to sell?
yeah, he'll buy it. It might. You're gonna get all kinds of comments. First, they're gonna tell you you're wrong, and then you're gonna have people trying to sell you some stuff. Well, anyway, I'm gonna give this one higher than it deserves. I'm gonna do it because I think the musicians. I think Dominic's a great guitar player. I think he's got great musicians. I love Sting, so I'm going with a 6-7 on this one. Even though I feel like that's a little high because the record as a whole, I didn't feel like it was much better than that. But
I'm gonna do a 7.5.
all
You
right,
know,
7.5 for
yeah, I'm
Mike.
gonna do a 7.5. I'm gonna stick strong with that because I was a little bit let down with the fact I had a little bit higher bar,
Hmm. Yep.
of expectations. But then again, listening to this, and I haven't really, day after day listened to the album.
Yeah.
So I can't honestly sit here and go, I'm not understanding
Yeah.
it.
Well, the words are great. If you can read the words, they're all stories. You know,
Yeah.
some of them got some cheesy lines in it every now and then, but I mean, overall, it's mostly for this record. To me, was more about the lyrics because
Yeah.
everything was boring to me, but the lyrics were great. So,
Yeah. Well,
you know,
like I say, 7.5.
yep. I'm
Um,
give it a 6-7, and you guys let us know what y'all think.
Yep.
So we'll wrap it up there. And until next time, y'all be safe.
Peace out and listen to the music.
I hit record that time.